This is Annette at needlepointers.com. Clothes hangers are essential household items, and they don't have to be boring. Jazz up a closet by transforming plain wire or plastic hangers into something fun. Clothes hanger covers are perfect for hanging special garments in your wardrobe and make great handmade gifts on special occasions, including Mother's Day, housewarmings, and bridal showers. These hanger covers can cost essentially nothing to make by using scrap fabric and leftover trims from other projects. Continue watching this video to see how to make fabric clothes hanger covers, and for our photo tutorial with step-to-step instructions, click the iCard or the link in the description below. To make the pattern, trace around the hanger onto craft paper. Then you're going to add 2 inches at the bottom and a 1/2 inch on the sides. This handy dandy 5-in-1 slide gauge is perfect for doing this. I have the gauge marked at 2 inches, so all I have to do is go and mark along here. And then I will take a ruler and mark in between those lines. And as I said, on the sides, I want a 1/2 inch. So I just move it to the 1/2 inch and mark the sides. Now when I get to the top, this is where the hook was. So I'm going to be going straight across here, like that. And then mark the 1/2 inch. And that's going to be my seam allowance on it. Now I know that this is rounded, but we don't want it to be rounded, so I'm going to go straight down. On both sides. And I'm going to, again with the ruler, I will mark the 1/2 inch all the way around, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. I have the pattern complete, and what I did was, so that you could see it, I used a felt tip pen around the pattern so that you would be able to see it better. The pencil was not showing up. So the next thing you want to do is to cut it out. Cut out your pattern. And oh, also I forgot to mention, as you see, I have the line going across the top, and I marked the center point here because we will be sewing a buttonhole along here in order to insert the hanger into the cover. Now you want to get your fabric. I'm using a quilted fabric, and we're going to be cutting out a rectangle. What we're going to do is put the pattern on, and we're going to cut straight up here and across the bottom, so you have sort of a rectangular shape first, because it'll be easier to put the buttonhole at the top if you do that. Okay. And then you can take the pattern off. And you're going to mark the center. And I'm also, well, first I'm going to press along here so that I know where the line is, the center line. And then I'm going to mark the center point, and then I'm going to do a buttonhole, and I'll show you that. Okay, I have marked it. I have 3 pins here. This was the center, and I have a half an inch on either side. Put your buttonhole attachment onto your sewing machine. Now, and do whatever instructions your sewing machine comes with for making the button. Mine has an automatic feature, so I'm going to set it to the buttonhole feature. And I'm going to start sewing until I get down to the other pin. Now I'm going to remove the pin, and then my machine has an automatic feature, so it'll do the buttonhole. And now I'm going to snip very carefully the buttonhole to open it. Now make sure that you do not snip in the stitching. Okay, that's done. Now we have to put the pattern back on it and cut out the clothes hanger cover, and then we'll be stitching it again. Fold the fabric right sides together and pin the pattern onto the fabric. And then we're going to be cutting along the top line here on both sides. Okay, then let's go to the sewing machine, and we're going to sew. We're going to sew using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and we're going to sew down along here and then down along the side. As I said, 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I am going to back tack at the beginning. Now when I get to the end, I'm going to just needle down and then pivot around the corner. And then I'm going to do the other side. Now we have not finished the bottom yet. You can just fold it up and finish it that way, but I'm going to add a little bit of lace to the bottom, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But first I'm going to turn it the right way, and then I'm going to iron it so that it's flat, and this is what it looks like so far. I hope you can see it. And this happens to be some lace that I have left over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over, line it with the edge, and then I'm going to sew it down, and I'm going to do that all the way around the clothes hanger along the bottom edge. I finished sewing the lace on, and all I did was, after I sewed it, I just pressed it down like that, and it seems to be lining up really well. You can top stitch it if you want, but for the lace I don't think I have to. And let's now put the hanger in, and there you are. You have a fabric covered clothes hanger. Now I did use quilted material, but you can use whatever you want in the material line. Also any embellishment that you want. Here I did one. Now this is with a wire hanger that I made one, and for this I used eyelet trim along the bottom, and I did top stitch it down, as you can see here. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and comment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we are always making new videos, and you can follow us on Pinterest, Google+, and Facebook by clicking the iCard or the link in the description below. I hope that you did enjoy this video, and visit our website needlepointers.com for lots of other free sewing tutorials.